Hello and welcome to MCC TV International Show. My name is John Dabeet and I'm the Economics and Statistics Instructor at MCC, and I'm also the host for this show. Before the show I was talking to Chad again about the show. Since we started, this show is number 10 show. So I hosted students from the following countries: Egypt, Brazil, Nicaragua, Haiti, Pakistan, Kosovo, Mexico, Canada, Dominican Republic, and today, of course, we're going to have an international students from Albania. At this point, please sit and relax on the sights and sounds of Albania while my guest is getting ready to join me. So enjoy it. Welcome back to MCC TV show. Hopefully you enjoyed the video about Albania. My guest today is an international student. He's a busy student at MCC. Almost everyone knows his name, or at least deals with him on a daily basis. His name is Boni Alimoski. Welcome to the show, Boni.
Thank you for having me, John.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to have you on the show. Boni, I would like to start by asking you to introduce yourself, please.
My name is Boni Alimoski. I'm originally from Albania. I moved here in '97 for a better life, for better education. I go to Muscatine Community College. I'm originally the student body president of Muscatine right now. So we did a lot of activities for the school, and I love to be involved with all the school communities and everything in there. So everybody knows who I am. But that's who I am, though, so I like to just be around.
Well, glad to have you on the show. I know, as I said, because I see this around when, I go to student center, I go, around, I see usually, all the students knows who is Boni, they talk to you, they joke with you. You really, it's good to have you with us here at MCC and also on the show. Boni, I would like to start with you by asking you really some questions about your native country, Albania. Can you tell me something about Albania? I mean, can you share with the audience some information about your original country?
It's a different country. It's a whole different world. Where I'm from is, it's like a third world country for us. We were, overrun by the Russians in the war. So for us to have our independence and everything, it's a whole different country. The economy is different. The people are different. The clothing, the money, everything's different. It's a free market economy. So less government officials involved, and it's just a whole different world over there.
So do you go and visit from time to time?
I try to. I go every other year if I can, but with my work schedule, with school and everything I'm involved here, it's just hard, and it's expensive too. So it's a long way home,
Long way home, yeah. Can you think of something, for example, a tradition or a cultural thing that is different than the United States? For example, how do you do weddings there? Is it different than the way they do weddings in the United States, or something else? It's not necessarily wedding. I'm just giving that as
Everything's
an example.
different. The weddings especially, it's a whole different. It's whole unique in its own way, basically. Like your weddings here, you guys have just the whole going to church and all the the marriage. Ours is a 3-day cycle, pretty much.
Okay, can you give us some description
like
of that?
For us is when the first day is when the women, the lady, she leaves. There's the people going to grab, get her. It's a whole music involvement, and the community's involved in everything. And then the second day, it's the groom's day. It's the guy's day for him. everybody celebrates his day, and him becoming a man, him having a wife, and starting his whole career and starting his life.
So you have a day for the bride and a day for the groom.
Yep.
Wow! And then the third day they will be together.
Everybody. The third day it's a festival. Everybody's,
festival, yeah.
Everybody's celebrating it.
Wow!
A lot of families
Wow.
involved in it.
If you don't mind me asking you, can you say something in your native language, and then after that maybe you can translate it into English so that the audience at least will hear also some sounds of your language?
I can. Si shkwan, bikuye, sikaldon.
Which means?
Which means is, how are you? How are you doing? Where are you from?
Okay.
And all that, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. So mainly, you said you moved to United States in 1997. That was like 13 years ago. So do you still remember your days when you were in Albania before you moved here?
I do remember it. It's different though, but I forgot it because I've been older. I was raised here in different culture, different aspect of life.
Do you remember how you used to spend that day there in Albania?
Oh yeah, we went to school. In the mornings we'd go to school around 11 o'clock and probably till like 2 o'clock, and then we just go outside and hang out with friends. We played the game called marbles. We played on the ground basically, and
I remember that when I was a kid. I used to play that too.
That was our biggest thing there, and then we played a lot of soccer. And we went to soccer fields and we spent a lot of time together with friends and family. So
okay, wow. So Bonnie, you moved to United States 13 years ago. Did you move right away to Iowa, or did you go somewhere else first?
Actually, I moved to Maquoketa, Iowa first here. My dad's been here for 17 years almost. He was here about when he was 14.
Okay.
The only reason I moved is for a better life, and he was here because my parents own a restaurant. Mm-hmm. So every time we moved here, we'd move around. But I moved to Maquoketa, Iowa first, and then I moved to Dyersville, Iowa, and then Pontiac, Illinois, Oregon, Illinois. And then I came back, and then I moved back in Iowa, which is now in Wilton. Been here for 6 years.
Wow. So you moved around.
I moved around, and it's different. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here, what do you do at MCC? I mean, if you give us more detailed information, what's your major? How many classes do you take? Things like that.
I'm a business student here. I'm taking a lot of business classes, but right now I'm doing my gen eds. I would like to transfer to St. Ambrose University, but I'm also involved in the student council. I'm the president here, and I love doing the activities with the students because everything with them is just different and unique, and we all have fun here. It's a very small school, but it's like family-wise school though.
Yeah, and I was really happy to work with you. For those of you who don't know, I'm the Student Senate Advisor also here at MCC. And mainly, I usually deal with the Student Senate almost on a daily basis. So I had to deal with Bonnie every day. He claims usually that I used to bother him a lot. So I used to call him almost every night and say, hey, Bonnie, what do we have to do tomorrow? Now, is everything okay for tomorrow activity and so on? So that's part of my job as an advisor too. So let's talk about some of those activities. I mean, if you don't mind. I mean, you pick whatever activity you would like to talk about.
The activity that I was in charge of was the blood drive. My goal was to get over 103, but I didn't get to that point. But we had a lot of people show up. We had a lot of students involved. My first semester I tried to do it, but I got hurt. I had knee surgery, so being in a wheelchair couldn't do it. But the second semester I got to wear the little outfit there, and I walked around, and kids were involved in it so much this semester. A lot of involvements and
I know both semester total for the year we met our expectations and exceeded that. So thanks for all your work. Any other activities?
We had a diversity day here a couple of weeks ago. Phenomenal show. It was a lot of people showed up, different than last year when I was in it. A lot of kids. I actually am in Taekwondo also. So I got to perform in that and show my fellow students and what I do outside of school and what I do outside of my work.
And that's the next question for me. Like, that's part of what you do outside school. I mean, you did you brought your group here, and you did really a wonderful show for our Diversity Day here at MCC. Can you tell us something about when did you start Taekwondo or learning Taekwondo? Is it difficult to learn this? I mean, why you are doing this?
I started about 3 years ago, my junior year of high school. Mr. Bowman, who's the Ira Bowman, he's the one who's teaching it in Wilton. It's Phoenix Martial Arts. he came up to me and asked me if I wanted to do it. Well, at that time, I was doing sports, and I didn't have no time to do anything, but I signed up for it, and then I tried it. At first, I thought, because I'd watch all those Jackie Chan movies and go, all that, but at first, I kind of laughed, like, I can't do this, but anybody can do it, you know. It's a really good experience. It's not just about fighting. It teaches you a lot about life disciplines and, you know, respect and everything. And
so you enjoy what you are doing?
I love doing it because I'm a brown belt, and I love working with kids.
And I remember you talked to me, I'm not aware of all those classifications. You said like even within each almost belt, each color, you have also levels.
We have
so
levels.
So you are a brown belt, but what level? That means, and can you explain that again?
Our classes, our ranks in a class goes white, yellow, orange, green, blue. But there's 2 greens and there's 2 blues. Low blue, low green, high green, low blue, and high blue. And then we have first brown, second brown, third brown, and then it's temporary black, and then it's a black belt.
And you are at?
I'm at a temporary second right now.
Temporary
second brown belt.
Okay.
And I've only been doing it 3 years, but I've been doing it on and off because of school, with work, and then I'm always the one in there getting hurt. I'm always the one who's always trying new things, trying creative things, and I'm just crazy about it, and I just do it, and I end up getting hurt somehow.
Yeah, so where is Bonnie? Oh, he's on the wheelchair.
You saw me
the guy on the wheelchair.
You saw me with a wheelchair. I had a broken hand,
and broken
nose,
arm, and stuff
all
like
of that.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad, you know, I know for sure, Bonnie, no matter what we say, I know for sure that you are very active here at MCC, and we really appreciate that. You know, it's always good to have students like you who likes to get involved with almost everything, and that's really very important.